So Donald Trump's lawyers tell a New York judge Trump doesn't have the money. And then Donald Trump turns around and posts, I have the money. So friends, come on down. It's time to play another round of Who's Lying Now? Let's talk about that because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, can we start with a question? How in the world does any self-respecting lawyer continue to represent Donald Trump? Because just a few days ago, Donald Trump's lawyers told a New York State court judge, formally in a court filing, that Donald Trump doesn't have the money to put up to appeal the nearly $500 million fraud judgment that was entered against him. And now, just days later, Donald Trump contradicts his lawyers by saying he does have the money. He does have the liquid assets. He does have the cash. Let's start with the new reporting. This from NBC News. Headline, Trump claims he has $500 million in cash, undercutting lawyers' claims on bond money. And that article begins, former President Donald Trump claimed early Friday that he has almost $500 million in cash, undercutting his lawyers' claims that he would not be able to comply with a $464 million judgment against him and his co-defendants in the civil fraud case brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James. Here is a quote from Donald Trump's new post. Quote, through hard work, no. Talent, no. And luck, maybe. I currently have almost $500 million in cash, a substantial amount of which I intended to use in my campaign for president, Trump wrote in a post on Truth Social, in all caps. Quote, the often overturned political hack judge on the rigged and corrupt AG case, where I have done nothing wrong, knew this, wanted to take it away from me, and that's where and why he came up with a shocking number, which, coupled with a crazy interest demand, is approximately $454 million, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah is my editorial addition. The article continues. Trump wrote that he did nothing wrong except win an election in 2016 that I wasn't expected to win, did even better in 2020, and now lead by a lot in 2024. This is communism in America. Now, friends, knocking down Trump's ridiculous assertion that he was intending to use this money for his political campaign, the article observes, Trump hasn't contributed any of his own money to his presidential campaigns since 2016. He had floated in 2020 that he'd personally spend what it took to win re-election, but did not do so. The former president must post the bond for the full amount he owes Monday, or Attorney General James can seize any of Trump's bank accounts or properties in any state, including Trump Tower and Mar-a-Lago, among many others. His lawyers, who have appealed the judgment, said in a court filing Monday that he's been unable to secure a bond to meet it, that is, the amount he owes. Trump is liable for $454 million, most of the fraud judgment, but the amount he owes has been increasing by, get this, friends, more than $111,000 a day because of added interest. And so let's just quickly put up Trump's post where he says, I currently have almost $500 million in cash. So, friends, it seems to me there are three possibilities here. One, Donald Trump's lawyers lied to Judge Engoron in that court filing just a few days ago. Now, I don't know that there's anyone who would say that, Donald Trump's lawyers set the standard for accuracy and candor, but I think it unlikely, perhaps even highly unlikely, that they lied about Donald Trump's cash on hand, his liquid assets, in a formal court filing just a matter of a few days ago. Possible, but I think unlikely. Two, Donald Trump is lying. Or three, both are telling the truth. Trump's lawyers told the truth a few days ago, and just yesterday, Donald Trump told the truth in his social media post that he has $500 million cash. How could both be telling the truth? If somebody gave Donald Trump $500 million in cash in the last couple of days. Not impossible, right? I mean, I think back to Jared Kushner and all the reporting about how Saudi Arabia gave Jared Kushner $2 billion. Now, do we really think that was because of his, shrewd business instincts, abilities, accomplishments? But certainly some person, some company or corporation, some foreign actor or foreign government could certainly have given Donald Trump $500 million in the last 48 hours, such that he accurately posted he now has that money on hand. And if that's the case, and if he ends up depositing $500 million in the court's escrow account on Monday to kind of perfect his right to appeal without having to pay out on the judgment and without Attorney General Letitia James being able to seize his properties to satisfy the judgment, because she won't be able to if he deposits the full amount into the court's escrow account, or if he posts a bond to secure the full amount and it's a legitimate bond and it's acceptable to Attorney General James and the people of New York, whom she represents, then his appeal will be filed and we'll just have to await the outcome of the appeal. So maybe he did get that cash. And if he did, and in the horrific event he becomes president of the United States again, because remember, the Supreme Court has ruled that an insurrectionist, an adjudicated insurrectionist, where courts have found and affirmed on appeal that he engaged in insurrection, the Supreme Court said that insurrectionist can remain on state primary ballots, and states cannot ban insurrectionists, adjudicated insurrectionists, from running for federal office. Can't ban them from the state ballots because, only in America can the Constitution say insurrectionists are disqualified, and the Supreme Court can say not so fast. Not Donald Trump, the leading candidate for the Republican nomination. How did we get here, friends? But I digress. In the horrific event Donald Trump becomes president, he will have somebody, some company, corporation, some person, some foreign government or foreign entity or actor that he's beholden to financially. Somebody who gave him $500 million and dug him out of the deepest imaginable financial hole at the very last minute before his properties were to be seized. And then a fair question to ask is, if Donald Trump were in that position, would he be making decisions based on what's in the best interest of the American people, or what's in the best interest of his financial benefactor? Always darkest before the dawn, friends. And Monday is a big day, because on Monday, Donald Trump's $500 million fraud bill will come due. And on Monday, another New York State Court judge, Judge Juan Merchan, will be setting a trial date in Donald Trump's New York criminal trial for trying to interfere in the 2016 presidential election with hush money payments and by falsifying business records. Hopefully, Judge Merchan will be setting that trial date for the date that's been proposed by the prosecutors, April 15th. Always darkest before the dawn. But the sun will come out. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.